This right here is our tree, the eastern white pine. Its scientific name is Pinus strobus. It is the largest pine in eastern North America. Eastern white pines can be identified by their pine needles, right here. The needles are usually 6 to 12 centimeters long. They're usually straight and very flexible, soft to touch, and are a dark blue to green color. They have finely toothed edges and stay on trees usually for 2 to 3 years before falling off or turning brown and falling off. As you can see here, there's some that are doing that. They come off more easily than the dark green ones. Another way to identify the eastern white pine is by the bark of the tree. And the bark is usually a grayish green color, but as the tree ages it becomes a dark gray brown color. The bark may be extremely thick to help insulate the tree trunk against forest fires. The eastern white pine is classified as a gymnosperm, and gymnosperms have cones, unlike angiosperms that have flowers. And the cones are an adaptation that land plants have created over some years. The eastern white pine is part of the phylum Pinophyta, which are the conifers, and these trees have more than 100 species and are found in coniferous forests. These leaves are needle-like and they come in clusters. Almost all the time you'll find these in bundles of 5. It's kind of rare to find them in 3 or 4. And they're adapted for harsh environments. They have a thick cuticle, a sunken stomata, and no air-space system in the mesophyll, which helps to conserve water with this arrangement. In terms of reproduction, the eastern white pine has pollen cones that are male and seed cones that are female. They're what is known as microspores that develop into male gametophytes and megaspores that develop into female gametophytes. There are several different important uses for the eastern white pine. White pines were used as mast pines on ships. Today they're used as lumber and paper. Also, they're one of several different types of trees that are used for Christmas trees. White pine needles contain large quantities of vitamin C, and the needles are also used for making good herbal tea. Some environmental stresses for the eastern white pine include drought, fire, frost, and ice damage, and lightning. Biological threats include competitions with other plants, disease, and insect pests such as white pine weevil. Some more interesting facts include the white pine being used for landscaping due to its beauty, and another interesting fact is that the white pine tree is also known as the tree of peace by some Native Americans.